Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Port Huron High School, home of the Big Reds, where the Port Huron High School Big Reds will wrestle Port Huron Northern. This is a rivalry match, and it's one of the few matches we seem to have now where two teams are wrestling one another without other teams involved. So this evening we're starting at 152 pounds, and we have Mitchell Schrader for Northern and Wesley Paul for Port Huron High. That's Wesley Paul for Port Huron High and Mitchell Schrader for Northern. 152-pound weight class. It's cold outside, but I expect it's going to be heating up in here. We're very excited about this match this evening. A lot of fine wrestlers from both squads. I'm sure that both teams want to get out to a margin here if they can. And 2 points for the Big Reds on the takedown. Northern stands up, see if he can get out of that. And we got some locked hands here.
Stop wrestling. We got one green. We have a technical violation. Red locked hands.
Technical violation, 1 point. So that makes the score 2-1 in favor of Port Huron High.
Okay, we're going to caution red. He's in a false starting position. So, come to the referee's position. Okay, first move. Set. Stay set. Cover red.
See what the Northern wrestler on the bottom attempts to do here. He will stand up, sit out, switch. There's a stand up. You can kind of see where he's positioning his feet. And can he turn? Can he turn? He does turn. He does turn.
Technical violation. Red locked hands. 2 green. Reversal.
Well, we have quite a flurry of points here to the point where Northern has now moved ahead 4-2 as a result of locked hands and a reversal, or escaping the takedown. So once again, the score is 4-2 at this 152-pound weight class. And there's a roll. Let's see who's going to get the best of this. Looks like Northern's going to get some near fall points. The referee says 3 points. The referee says 3 points
Top, bottom, neutral, or you can defer.
for a near fall. That's 3 points for a near fall. You may want to know what the criteria for a near fall is, and in simple terms, it's that the wrestler must hold the other wrestler's shoulders or scapula 4 inches from the mat to get 2 points, or 45 degrees or less for 3 points. So time and position, length of time and position determines the number of points, the differential between 2 and 3. There's a stand up. And what's going to happen here? 2-point reversal for Northern. That makes the score. Oh, we're going to get some near fall points here. Score is 9-2 in favor of Northern. 3 more, that makes it 12-2. And the second period here with approximately 55 seconds to go. Once again, this is a 152-pound weight class where we've got Mitchell Schrader from Northern. That's Schrader for Northern, and Wesley Paul. It's Wesley Paul for PH.
Stay in bounds. Stay in bounds.
We're glad you're with us. We urge you to come on out and see a wrestling match. A great evening of entertainment, particularly for old wrestlers and for people who want to know more about wrestling. What a great sport. If you're interested, simply call up each high school and talk to the athletic director and get a schedule. Soon we'll be getting into tournament time for team tournament as well as state individuals. And so there's a nice attempt by the PH wrestler to have a switch.
Stay set, red. Cover, green.
Attempted stand up by Big Reds, and there's the end of round 2. The score is 12-2.
Red chooses neutral. Third period.
Even though the score is 12-2 in favor of Northern, you must remember that this is a sport of sudden victory or sudden defeat, depending on which part of it you're on. And there's a takedown and a near fall. There's a pin, so Northern moves out in front with a team score of 6-0 in the 152-pound weight class. We now move on to the 160-pound weight class where Matt Quain, that's Matt Quain for Northern, and Mike Lasky for the Big Reds. That's Mike Lasky for the Big Reds, 160-pound weight class. There's a shot at a single leg, some underarm shot at a single leg here by the Big Reds. See what he can do with it. Needs to lift and trip here. Get a little twist in there if he can. I've heard us say that many, many times. Of course, Northern wants to keep that leg in the middle and try to work a throw if he can. And this could be a spladle. That's the old, this could be the beginnings of one. I'm not sure that they even know that, but referee says still neutral. We got a stalemate. Going to start again. Referee's discretion as to when stalemate occurs, but the whole idea of it is to keep wrestling exciting and moving. As a matter of fact, one of the criteria for breaking ties is assertiveness. Still neutral. Boy, these guys are evenly matched as of right now. There's a headlock. Does he have an arm in there? Yes, looks like he does. He's going to roll around. 2 points. So Northern gets 2 points. Here's a stand-up. Here could be a stand-up cradle. Right into it. Does he get it? So the score after the first round is 4 for Northern and 0 for the Big Reds in this 160-pound weight class.
Stay set, green. Cover, red.
So Quain is down and Lasky's on top. Let's see what the Northern wrestler decides to do. He decides to stand up. Needs to push those hands down, out, and away. Whoop, I see what's happening there. Couldn't before. He had his arm. Let's see if he can turn it. See if he can turn it. See if he can turn it. There's 2 for a reversal. You saw the referee roll his arms. That means reversal. And there's a pin. Well, that was unexpected at that particular point in time, but Matt Quain, that's Matt Quain for Northern, scores 6 more team points for the Huskies. So now we move on into the 171-pound weight class where we have Mike LaForge for the Big Reds. That's Mike LaForge for the Big Reds, and Nate Bricker for the Huskies. Bricker for the Huskies. Team score is 12-0. There's a shot, single leg by Big Red wrestler. Can lift and twist here. Northern wrestler sprawls, and he grabs for his own single leg. See if he can collapse him. Still neutral, but he does have some underpin, and they're back up even. Good attempts by both wrestlers there. Here's a shot at a single leg. Too far out. And the Northern shoots a single leg, and does he get it? Nope, out of bounds. Back in the center, neutral, the referee says. You saw a lot of wrist action control there. It's been said by some that if you control the wrist, you can control the offensive move. There's a shot at an outside single leg. Lift and twist. There it is. Takedown to... Ooh, he says no. He says still even. Still even. That's why you never give up in wrestling. Even though it happens to you, you can always come back. And that's what happened here with the Big Red wrestler, LaForge. Stalemate. Referee says back up. These gentlemen at this point are very, very evenly matched. Shot at a single leg. One of the things you note there is that when they've been shooting that single leg, the head's been in the middle. You like to get that head to the outside. You have much more leverage that way. And once you get in there with your head down, you're kind of in no man's land, and it takes a tremendous amount of strength to be able to keep yourself up and from collapsing, and you're kind of seeing that happen here now. But no one has control. There's about 6 seconds left, and we may end up this round that way. And we do. We end the first round at 171 pounds with the score 0-0. It's Bricker for Northern and LaForge for the Big Reds. I mentioned before, very evenly matched in the up position. Let's see what happens in the down position. Northern tries to roll. LaForge counters, loosened up, let him go through. Northern stands up, tries to rip those hands away. You can see in turn, and he gives him 1 point. So Northern gets a 1 point for an escape. Shot at that single leg again. The head again is in the inside. You really have to drive hard and have some extra strength when that other wrestler sprawls in order to be able to pull that leg in. But good aggressiveness by LaForge for the Big Reds. And there's a shot by the Bricker from Northern. There's a shot at a single leg. You can see he's really straining. Just takes a tremendous amount of strength to pull that in. Can he trip him back? And he does. 2 points. That makes the score 2-1 in favor of LaForge for the Big Reds. And Northern gets to his base, and now he gets standing up and tries to roll through, and he does. A 1 point escape. So that makes the score 2-2. It's Bricker, Northern, LaForge, Big Reds. Very evenly matched wrestlers. We really appreciate their effort. Here's a shot at that single leg again. He's got to drive it hard if his head's going to be on the inside. Good counter by Northern. So we're now back on our feet. Score is 2-2. Here's a shot at a single leg, and once again the head's on the inside, only it's Bricker that's doing it this time. He needs to move to the outside or get his head, lift it. There's the lift, and there's the trip. Does he get two? No, ref says no, says they're both equal yet. Let's see who can take control here. Boy, great effort on behalf of both wrestlers. The score is 2-2, ladies and gentlemen. Outstanding match. Here's the shot again at that single leg, but the head is in between the legs, and he gets pancaked. Now can Northern scoot around behind, or will Big Red be able to pull it in? And neither one will be able to do either thing as the round ends. So now things are heating up. We go into the third round at 171 pounds with the score tied 2-2.
There you go. Set, stay set. Cover.
There's Big Red stand up. See, can he rip those hands away? No, he gets lifted and twisted, but he does a nice plant of his feet and stand up. Now he needs to turn around and face him. Oh, and Northern gets a two-leg takedown there.
Back to the center.
And they're back to the center because they were off the mat, or out of the circle, I should say.
We're going to go neutral. That's 1 point red escape. Here we go.
Okay, we're going to go neutral. That means Northern gets 1 point escape automatically. That makes the score 3-2 in favor of the Big Reds. That's LaForge of the Big Reds with a 1 point lead here in the third round. Northern likes the idea of a takedown. Let's see if he can get it. If you're really good at takedowns and think you can do it, then sure, you're going to give up 1 point to get 2. Let's see if the strategy works or backfires. It's an attempt by LaForge. Bricker counters, does his own single leg. And there was kind of a shuck and they're off. That's a balance move right there where you try to get somebody leaning one way and you take them the other way. Slightly more than a minute left here. It's a shot at the double leg. And you get into this third round when you've had a lot of exertion here. This is when conditioning really pays off, and sometimes matches are won and lost based on conditioning when you're so even. See what happens here. Who can get to 2? Who can get to 2? Can anybody get to 2? Tell you here in a minute, maybe. Oh, the referee says still neutral. Good calling by the referee. Let's see what happens here. These guys are extremely evenly matched. And there's an attempted throw, a trip, and 2 points. It didn't work. 2 points for LaForge. That makes it 5-2 with about 15 seconds left. There's a roll through. Can he get out? And they're off the mat, so they'll be back down with 6 seconds, a tad more left. Certainly one of the better matches this year, regardless of who wins. These guys epitomize effort. There's a stand up and a pull back down, and the Big Reds will get a victory here at 171 pounds with LaForge taking the match over Bricker. So, Big Reds will get 3 team points. That'll make the score 12-3. Then we move on to 189 pound weight class. It's a 189 pound weight class where we're going to have
3 team points.
Connor Palmatier.
Are you cheating? Well, now. Why is it not? Is Austin listening to
We believe it to be Hayes for Northern. We're going to get a confirmation of that. This is a 189 pound weight class where we have Connor Palmatier for the Big Reds. There's 2 points for Northern. 2 point takedown.
Very good. Stay set. Cover green.
Come on, Connor. You got this.
There's a nice switch attempt. Let's see if he can pull it through. Good counter by Northern. Attempted set out. Looks like Northern trying to get a cradle here. Far side cradle. See, can he do it? Gives it up, goes to the head. He's got a headlock on him, and he does have the arm in there, so it is legal. And could this be a 1-point escape? Yes. 1-point escape. That makes the score 2-1 in favor of Northern. Okay, we have confirmation that it is Jalen Hayes at 189 pounds for Northern. A little coaching strategy going on here, and we see the helmet comes off. Good match, ladies and gentlemen, between Jalen Hayes for Northern, and Connor Palmentier. A lot of competitive matches this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Even when there's a pin, they've gone for a long time.
Oh, and I gotta get it. You're going there.
There's a shot at a single leg. Does he get it? Does he get it? Does he get it? Drives.
They said
Warning, red.
A warning for red there issued for stalling. So Northern is down. That's Jalen Hayes in the down position for Northern. And Connor Palmentier setting up on top. See what Northern does. Does he stand up? Yeah. Does he rip those hands down out in their way and try to run? And he's going to grab a leg and try to pull it in between.
Red is up. Set green. Stay set. Cover red.
Stand up. Palmentier's got an arm bar underneath. I don't know how long he can hold it, but it's a wrist control, which makes it difficult to stand up as well as it makes it difficult to do a roll when you're. Now that's broken, and now there's a cross face and a stand up, and Hayes is being able to get 1 point. It's 1 point for Northern. Jalen Hayes. One nice thing about this referee, he wants them to wrestle. No stalling. He's warned them. There's his stand-up turnaround and 2-point reversal. That makes the score 5-1. We've got about a minute left in this round, and there's stretching that arm out. He'd like to be more perpendicular, but he is on his toes, and that gets his weight chest to chest, which is where you want it from a form position to get maximum pressure to get those shoulders or scapula down. There's a pin. So Northern gets 6 more team points as a result of Jalen Hayes. That's Jalen Hayes getting a pin against Connor Palmentier. So that will make the team score 18-3. That's 18-3 in favor of Northern. And we move on into the 215-pound weight class. where we're going to have Austin Pickering for Northern. That's Austin Pickering going against Glenn Hartman for the Big Reds. It's 215 pounds. Hartman for the Big Reds and Pickering for Northern. Pickering shoots a single leg, gives it up, goes for the bear hug. See what else he can do with that. Does he lift him? Yeah, tries to get him off balance. Good counter by Hartman.
He's doing it for this.
Pickering is wrestling up a weight class. Which is all legal. Hartman at 206 pounds. Pickering at 189. A little difference in weight, but still within the allowable weight adjustment.
Come back.
Oh, there's a throw. Good position on his feet. 2-point takedown. Will he get a near fall? Good effort by Hartman here not to get into that near fall position. There's a cradle with the legs. Let's see what he can do with it. Potentially dangerous hold.
Potentially dangerous. We got 2 near fall green.
2 near fall for Northern.
Red, you're down.
Come on, Glenn.
1 point red escape. We're neutral.
That makes the score 4-1 in favor of Pickering.
Still neutral.
Just want to tell you that there's a whole lot of effort going on in there. It doesn't look like it. There wasn't a lot of action that some of you may have seen, but let me tell you, every muscle was straining. We got 2 finely conditioned athletes here and working very, very hard. The referee was urging them on to be more active, but when you got that kind of equality in athletes, why it's very difficult. So we'll see what skills are shown here now as Pickering stands up and rips his hands down and away, and Hartman lifts him and puts him back to the mat. See what Pickering can do. There's a far side cradle attempt by Hartman. So can he pull it back? No, Pickering stands up and breaks it, and he gets a 1-point escape. That'll make it 5-1 in favor of Pickering from Northern. Here's a shot at a single leg. Counter and throw into a pin. As we've said before, that's a coach's and an offensive wrestler's dream, is to take down the pin. It gives you 5 points. I don't know if he can pin him here. Good effort by Hartman. He makes the score 10-1. He's got that arm bar on the head, the reversal one, and let's see what he can do with it. And there's a pin for Pickering from Northern. That'll make the team score 24-3. So now we move on into the 285-pound weight class where we've got Alex Gaglio. That's Alex Gaglio from Northern, and Guy DeCiccio. That's DeCiccio for the Big Reds. Some good matches this evening. Some of them just seemed to be so equal. And then all of a sudden, boom, one or the other gets some points. But that's all working on the setup. DeCiccio. Big Reds. Gaglio.
This is gonna end in like a half hour.
Northern.
This is the one you heard.
There's a takedown to near fall. Let's see what happens here. Some people call that a lateral drop. Some people call it silver bullet. Some call it a hip throw. But at any rate, what happened is he was thrown and went to his back. And now Gaglio has an opportunity to get 5 points here, 2 for the takedown and 3 for the near fall, and may get a pin. Can't see exactly, but yes, there it is. So Gaglio gets a pin, and so the team score will now be 30 for Northern and 3 for the Big Reds. So now we move down to the Little Giants at 103-pound weight class, where we've got Stefan Cleaver for Northern and Chase Davis for the Big Reds.
Green's choice? Or red? Anna, green or red?
It's green. Green. It's the opposite of what we are.
One of the real benefits of this sport is the ability for people of this size, at 103 pounds, to compete against someone their own size. There's the single leg there by Davis. Let's see if he can hold it. Well, he's got a partial cradle there. I can't see all of it, but he's got it locked in there pretty tight. He gets 2 points. Could he get some near fall points here or not? I think he might get, there's a pin. So Davis comes out and scores 6 points for the Big Reds. That will make the score 30-9. So Davis wins on a pin. And now we move into the 112-pound weight class, where Scott Stoken for Northern, and Adam Runnels for PH. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, we have 14 weight classes, 103 pounds being the smallest and 285 the largest. And we started at 152 pounds. So let's see what Runnels for the Big Reds and Stoken for the Huskies can do here. They shot at a takedown here. Do we get some points or are we neutral? It's too early to tell. There's your trip that we talk about so often, so 2 points. Well, we're chest to chest here, and 2 near fall, and we're out of the mat. So that makes the score 4-0 in favor of Northern. That being Scott Stoken at 112 pounds. Here's attempted stand-up, switch. Good effort there by Runnels, just that he was countered by Stoken and couldn't kind of put that together. But good thinking, good move. We now have some near fall points coming up here, I think. Good bridging by Runnels. 3 near fall pins for Stoken. Good effort by Runnels not to get pinned there. Stoken has that arm bar underneath. He's going to try to pull it through and roll him over. See if he can do it. Not in good position where he wants to be. So we end the first round with a score 7-0 in favor of Stoken from Northern.
Green chooses down. It's the second period. Stay set, Green. Cover, Red.
Look at the little boy.
Northern stands up, tries to get to double leg off from that. It's countered. See what happens here. Right now they're battling for position. There's a trip, but no points yet. And then gives him 2 because he slipped through. So that makes the score 9-0 in favor of Stoken. And it could be a reversal here by Runnels. See if he can get some pinpoints here. Sometimes it depends upon which way they fall, and that's that old teeter-totter approach. Where's the weight distribution? It's so important. And now we have 2 more points for a reversal, and we're going to get some near fall points here. And there is a pin as Stoken pins Runnels at 112 pounds, and so that'll make the score 36-3. We move on to the 119-pound weight class where we've got Kevin Nigel for Northern and Mike Bucco. It's Bucco for the Big Reds and Nigel for Northern. Well, there's a throw, drop 2 points, and let's see what he's going to do with him here. He's going to let him up and give him shoot a takedown. We're neutral. What you saw there, ladies and gentlemen, is he let him up, attempt to get 2. It didn't work that time, but we've seen that one other time. There's a shot at the single leg by the Big Reds. Nigel shucks him aside, gets his own single leg and lift. Now he needs, nope. Potentially dangerous hold, too high in the air. There's a shot at a single leg, and he lifts him. You have to bring him to the mat. 2-point takedown. Points near fall. See that arm bar there that we've talked about before. The referee will be watching that to make sure it doesn't become potentially dangerous. And 1-point escape for the Big Reds. You might want to watch the feet, ladies and gentlemen, particularly when they're up in position. There's a 2-point takedown. But you can kind of watch the feet and see who's getting pushed back on their heels, who's on their toes. A lot more spring, of course, in your toes. You can shoot. And he lets him up again. Going to go for the 2-point takedown. And there's a shot.
Your choice, Green. Top bottom, neutral, or you can defer. Green defers their choice to Red. Red's choice. Red is down. Second period. Stay set, Red. Cover, Green.
What you saw there was Northern deferring to the big red wrestler, whether he wanted to be up or down. And he chose down, hoping he could get a reversal and a near fall pin, or if he could get an escape. Reverse half there now. Two near fall points for Northern. Should mention to you our crew this evening consists of E.J. Shea and Josiah Kreidler. It's Josiah Kreidler. Appreciate all their hard work behind the scenes, and this is the third match we've been able to do this year, and we've had a wonderful team. And special thanks to Ed Senek for all his hard work. Just like wrestling, while you have individual performances, you still have a team score, and I give these guys high marks as a team. We appreciate working with them and for them. And let's see what we can do here with this. This might be slowly sinking into a pinhold here for maybe 3 points. Let's see what happens. Great effort by Bushko. It's awful hard when you've got somebody on top of you all the time. Three points near fall.
Retakes top in the third period. Red, you're down. Cover green.
He's got that arm bar underneath. Look, kind of got his head up, and now he's trying to push it back in with his knee, but that didn't work. Good effort by Bushko for the Big Reds, even though score is 15-3 in favor of Northern. He's really working hard. You have to applaud his effort. As you know, he's hurting underneath there. There's a pin. Good effort by Bushko. However, Kevin Nigel scores a pin for Northern, which will make the team score 42-9. So now we're moving to 125-pound weight class, where we've got Parker Willard for Northern and Nick Rosales for Port Huron High. Rosales for the Big Reds and Willard for the Huskies. Things are moving right along here, ladies and gentlemen. We only have 4 more matches after this one, so. See that wrist control there, and allows him to get in for a shot at a single leg. And now we've got a bear hug and a trip, and it gets reversed. Then it'll be a 2-point takedown, and perhaps that's all he's going to get. You see the leg ride go in there by Willard, and you see he's got a half in there, and now he's got a half and an arm bar. Well, an arm bar, part of a half. And potentially dangerous hold there. The referee was on top of that. And we do have some back points coming up here, I think. You see the leg ride. Gave him 2. That makes the individual score here 4-0 at 125 pounds, 125 pounds. And Willard has the Big Red wrestler in a near fall position here again. Not particularly good form, but there's a pin. So Parker Willard scores 6 more team points for Northern, which makes the team score 48-9. We move to 130-pound weight class where Cody Blaze, that's Cody Blaze for Northern, will wrestle Dan Boyd. That's Dan Boyd for Port Huron High. It's Blaze for Northern, Boyd for the Big Reds. There's a shot at a single leg. Do we get 2-point takedown? Nope, he says they're still neutral. The Big Red wrestler can get his head up. There he is. There should be 2. There's 2. That's one of the things that the referee watches a lot is the position of the head. And so we could be in a pinhold here. As Dan Boyd gets a pin for the Big Reds. That'll give them 15 points. And at 135 pounds, we have John Bushko for the Big Reds. And I'm not sure, we're going to have to get a check on who is in here for the Big Reds. We need to know, we can confirm who this is for the Big Reds. Or for Northern, rather, excuse me. Trying to get a confirmation for the 135 pounds. There's a double leg shot, takedown, 2 points for Bushko for the Big Reds at 135 pounds. Trying to get confirmation as to who's wrestling for Northern. They no longer announce it, which makes it a little bit difficult because sometimes we get 3 names and we're not sure which one. So the score is 2-1 here in favor of the Big Reds. It's Bushko. And there's a 2-point takedown by the Northern wrestler. And we have confirmation that it's McGregor, that's Jordan McGregor for Northern at 135 pounds. And the score is 3-2 in favor of Northern. That's McGregor versus Bushko. He's got that reverse half in. Let's see if he can turn it. Here's a stacking move. See that a lot, but it's a good effort. It's nice to try a new hold now and then. A lot of wrestlers watch tape of other wrestlers so they know what their strengths and weaknesses are and what they're most likely to do in certain situations, a lot of other sports. And so it's nice to have some new holds as well as those that you can always fall back on that are fundamentally sound and work for you. So it is Red's choice. He defers to Green. Green decides to take down. We're in the second period, 135-pound weight class. Northern leading 5-2 in this particular match. It's Jordan McGregor and John Bushko. McGregor tries to stand up. Bushko gets a leg right in there. Northern flips over, tries to stand up. Bushko's head once again is in a position of where you normally would be for a double leg takedown, but you don't like your head there in the middle very long. You really have to drive it through and complete the move, or you end up in kind of never land, which is where they both are right now. So see what happens here. Stand up, 1-point escape. That makes the score 5-3. Nope, I'm sorry. Correction, 6-2. Referee time to get the headgear back on. Score is 6-2 in favor of Northern, Jordan McGregor. Here's attempted bear hug, drop down to a single leg. Can he lift and trip? Lift, twist, and trip. There's a trip, 2 points. That makes the score 8-2 in favor of McGregor. Probably wants to get that arm bar on his back. Obviously being prevented from doing that. Big Red wrestler attempting to get back up to his base. McGregor tried to throw the half in to prevent that from happening. And of course, Big Red wrestler's going to have to get his head up, which he does. Good effort. So the headlock on him to stack him. He also has a leg hooked. You can't see it very well, but gave that up. So we go into the third round of 135-pound weight class with the score 8-2 in favor of McGregor. Third period neutral. There's a shot at a single leg, but he stopped. And I point that out to let you know that sometimes that's a defensive move that causes them to stop. But if you shoot too far out, you lose your strength and your speed. So teachable moment there, a good effort by both wrestlers. But it's not easy when the other wrestler is trying to prevent you from doing it, as well as you're giving your total effort to try to get that 2-point takedown. I have to say we've appreciated the effort of this referee this evening. He's been right on top of things and speaks loudly enough that we can hear. Once again, wrestlers are really struggling right here, and it doesn't seem like it probably to you, but I assure you that that's happening, having been there myself, and they're working, trying to get a particular hold. This could be a reversal here, depending upon which way they roll. Oh, they roll right on through, and so it's not a reversal, but that's one of those positions where all of a sudden if you lose it, the wrestler who seems to be in such control and in charge all of a sudden ends up in the pinning position. So good effort by the Big Red wrestler here, John Bucco. Hope we're pronouncing that right. He's certainly not given up here and tried some good offensive moves from the bottom. And again, one of the reasons you never want to give up in wrestling, it's a lot like life, because it can be sudden victory or sudden defeat, and just never give up, because it only takes a few seconds to make a difference. It's lightning quick. Sometimes it's referred to as sudden death. So this match ends with the score 10-2 in favor of Northern. They'll pick up 3 team points.
4 by 8 points. 14 points.
I was saying, are you excited?
145.
And they gave him 14 points because of the margin of victory, so that makes the score 52-15 in favor of Northern. We now will go to the 140-pound weight class, where we have Matt Allen. That's Matt Allen for Northern, and Jeff McCumber for Port Huron High. Here's a shot at a single leg. Doesn't make it, gets pushed down. Northern goes behind and into a cradle. That's a nice takedown to pin move. Good effort. Good effort by McCumber to come back. Gave up a takedown and 3 points near fall. He is in a predicament here now with his cradle, or could be a 3 points near fall for Northern.
Come on, Dad.
Potentially dangerous hold here. Pretty good positioning if you were looking at form here. He's got chest to chest. He's on his toes. Needs to get that one leg straightened out. There he goes and stay perpendicular. But good effort by McCumber to get out of that because he didn't give up. So once again, we applaud the effort. Score is 11-0 in favor of Allen. But McCumber certainly not giving up here. He tried to stand up. So, we go into the second round. Northern's going to take down. So Matt Allen is down, and we have Jeff McCumber for the Big Reds. So roll through. 1 point escape. Might get behind here the way this is going. Could get a far side cradle, maybe it looks like here. Nope, but the Big Red wrestler could, if he flips his head out, this could go the other way. So let's see what happens. Let's just let it play out here for a minute.
Come on, Jeff.
There's no man's land right here. This is interesting right here. Let's see what happens. Oh, and he rolls on through. Oh, that was good time wrestling right there. We just didn't know which way that was going to go. A lot of credit to McCumber. Hasn't given up here. The score is 11-2 in favor of Jeff Allen from Northern. So McCumber's going to have to try to put him away here. See how McCumber works from the top. Gets it half in. You can see that over the top of his neck. He's going to run it, but Allen's going to stand up on him and twist out of it, yes. Yep, Allen gets 1 point escape and takes him right back down for 2 points. Kind of had to wait to see how that was going to go. So we've got about 32 seconds left in this second round at 140 pounds. McCumber for the Port Huron High Big Reds and Matt Allen.
Come on, Jeff.
Got about 5 seconds left here. Gonna have to see what's going to happen. Good effort by McCumber to not give up. He is behind 14-2. So we're into the third period here. At this point in time, McCumber needs to go for broke. And stand up and twist in and out. And we have a 2-point reversal. And near fall pins coming up here. This is not the position he'd like to be in, but 3 near fall. So it's 19-2. So that's a major decision.
This is the last one. Red's choice.
Okay, we have David Fournier. That's David Fournier for the Big Reds here at 145 pounds. And we'll get a confirmation as to who's wrestling for Northern, as we have 2 different names here in this slot. But at any rate, these guys look like they're going to go right at it. Lots of speed and intensity. You have to love the intensity. There's a shot at a double leg. Can he pull it up? And he did get his head to the side. You see the difference there? We've been talking about the difference between when you do a double leg takedown where your head is. Good positioning in that particular takedown by David Fournier for the Big Reds. So another teachable moment here, just so you know some of the skill that's involved in the technical aspect of how to make these takedowns work. There's a stand-up by the Northern wrestler, and he reaches for a single leg, and he's going to push out and get 1 point. That was a good move by him. So the score is 2-1 in favor of the Big Reds in this last match of the evening. Can you imagine that? Things have gone so quickly this evening.
Come on, David.
All right, we have the score here 2-1 in favor of the Big Reds. In this particular 145-pound match, it's the last match of the evening.
Red defers their choice to green. Green chooses down. Second period. They said green. Cover, Red.
Come on, David.
Here's an attempt at a switch, but gave it up, stood up, and may get a single leg as part of his escape. He does. There's 1 point escape. That ties the score at 2-2. Great intensity in this match.
Come on, David.
Circle in.
This is one of the more intense matches of the evening. You gotta love that. So far, extremely equal, 2-2. There's a shot at a double leg again, and you saw the head to the side. It's extremely effective, and he has to be in close in order to do that, and you have to be quick.
Come on, David.
And it's sequence. So many times we talk about doing a move, or making a play, but all of those little things, those intricacies, all have to be in sequence in order for those moves to be successful, because you've got that other person who knows the counters to those moves, and if you don't do it quickly, why, they determine what it is and they pull the counter and sometimes a reversal on it. Good wrestling here, good effort. A 1-point escape. Makes the score 4-3 in favor of the Big Reds in this particular match. Stalemate, start again. With about 1:19 left in this last round in the last match of the evening. It's sure been awesome bringing it to you, ladies and gentlemen. We just wish you could be out here to see it. Got a nice crowd, even though it's a nasty night, but certainly you can always use more people rooting on your individual wrestler as well as the team. You really do stand alone in wrestling out there. It's all you. Team points, of course, are cumulative, and that's where the glory comes, but it's all on you out here. There's no one to blame if something goes wrong. It's all on your shoulders, win or lose. Just been informed that that's Matt Allen from Northern. He shoots a double leg, but his head's in the middle. So Matt Allen from Northern. Stalemate. So we've been given confirmation that this is Matt Allen from Northern. This is one of the better matches of the evening, that's for sure. Fournier from the Big Reds versus Matt Allen from the Huskies. About 6 seconds left here. See who's going to pull out victory. Score is 4-3 with 1.9 seconds left, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a terrific match to end the evening. It's David Fournier for the Big Reds and Matt Allen for Northern. And Fournier wins this one 4-3. Northern wins the team score of 57-18. So once again, it's been my pleasure to bring you this rivalry match between Port Huron Northern and the Port Huron High School Big Reds. And to say a special thank you to E.J. Shea, Josiah Friedler, and Ed Sinek for their efforts in making this production possible. And I'm Bob Beaton saying thank you for joining us, and we'll hope to see you again next year.